Alright, Schlockmeister fans, going back to the 70s here, Tanya Robertson. The Yum Yum Girls. Yummy. Check it out. This young lady is Melody. She's from Duncan Falls, Ohio, and she's on a bus to New York. She wants to be a fashion model. She's 18 years old. So she moves into her Fleabag apartment.
You have the money with you? I'll take it. Good. Here's the keys. I'll get the papers. I'll be right back.
She meets April, played by Tanya Robertson, her film debut.
Portfolio? At least you know what clicking your back means. Yeah, portfolio, one of these. April, Carol's ready for you.
Shots for a crime mag.
What kind of shots?
Just a few shots of you tied to your bed with your mouth open. You'd be perfect. You've got that fresh melt-in-the-mouth look.
No, I really don't think so.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
She meets a photographer who will help her get a portfolio.
Photographer. At your service.
You know, I've been waitressing so I could afford a photographer.
Portfolio.
Yeah. And most of the photographers I've met, they do it for an arm and a leg. Rhythm?
Yeah. The moon pole, bell ties, whatever moves you.
Okay.
Nice. Very good, actually. A little more. A little more.
Throughout this film, we're treated to several scenes of women changing their clothes. Many nude scenes throughout, none of which I can show you, unfortunately.
Those torpedoes. She should be modeling submarines.
Melody and her photographer friend are getting a little close.
Stand up for a minute. It's just possible that I could make you one of the top models in New York City. Would you like that?
There's nothing I'd like more.
Yeah, well, you see, it's important who you meet.
She meets a lot of sleazy agents along the way. More changing scenes.
I mean, if she had half the brain, she'd be dangerous.
Not hard to tell because you're doing it. And you're running on an empty tank.
Well, I'll never. Listen here, you just...
Fat mama, big and fat. My boyfriend likes me just like that. Though I weigh nearly a ton, I'm such fun for everyone. I'm a big fat mama, how I love to eat.
To get the
Melody
spot.
may have to sleep her way to the
So I
top.
have a little professional advice for you. Make him happy, you know what I mean?
Well, I wanted to be with you tonight, Jason. He's kind of a jerk.
Honey, it's your future.
I'll do anything.
Anything?
This is another model. Wannabe.
This. Go downstairs, get me a coffee, and get yourself a donut. And take a dunk.
And you don't even have the courtesy, the common decency to look at me. I'm just as pretty as she is. I'm prettier than that girl is. And I demand that you see me, that you look at me, that you give me the same chance you gave her.
Caught up in a rat race, Melody, you don't have to, you know, you can make it on your own terms.
It's not what I heard.
Some people will tell you anything. Listen to me. Don't let them buy you.
Once more around the park.
That ought to hold you. Now listen to me, because if you don't want to do this, I'll get somebody who can in just about 2 seconds.
Well, what is it?
I know this producer of movies, not commercials, but movies. And he's casting for 2 big roles in his new feature. How does that grab you?
Gonna go some Jason?
Yeah, only for the snow.
Oh, great. I mean you too, really. Okay. Now look, I've got 2 investors in there. And hopefully they're drunk by now. We're going to screen one of my old films for them. So first we watch, and then we audition.
Well, an actress. Sounds like exciting work.
Yeah. What do you do?
Well, I'm a doctor,
What kind?
a gynecologist.
Is that right? I kind of have a thing for gynecologists.
Oh, what are the odds? Melody's got to do her part too. And the dude's girlfriend busts in.
No, I don't want that money.
Look, you are not getting any part. So you might as well take it. Believe me, you earned every penny of it. Congratulations. You just lost your amateur standing. You don't have to. Don't you need some kind of an edge? Something.
I feel used.
By who? Jason?
Oh, him and everyone else.
Apparently the moral of this movie is if you're going to make it to the top as a model in New York,
Tell me, are you a girl or a guy or what? What's it going to be, the easy way or the hard way?
The hard way.
you got to sleep your way to the top.
Please be a girl. Oh, you're a girl. Oh, you are a girl. Oh, you are a girl.
Haven't seen you in a while.
She meets another sleazy producer.
I was just waiting for the right girl for you. Here she is. I want you to meet Melody.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you've got. Let's see if old Uncle Jason is exaggerating again.
Melody's had enough.
I'm sorry, Jason. I feel like a whore.
Well, overlook it this time. Be professional.
That's not my profession.
Look, this guy is offering you the chance of a lifetime.
She leaves.
Go screw yourself, Jason!
God, you whore. You whore, that's all you're good for. Now you think about that, bitch.
Distraught, she goes out to a bar.
2 hamburgers, no onions, okay? You gotta get up early tomorrow. You shouldn't have eaten a hamburger. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have eaten a hamburger if you didn't want to do anything. You know that?
He ends up raping her, which I can't show you.
Paid model in the country.
The next day she gets a big offer.
$1 million over the next few years, and that's not all. There'll be tours, endorsements, maybe even movies. There'll be no stopping what you can do, Melody.
I can't do it, Peter.
You can do it. You will do it. Forget Jason. Have faith in yourself. You're a good model,
I
Melody.
think we're led to believe that she's taking those pills. We never see what happens to Melody, but the last scene in our movie, I believe this is Melody on TV in a commercial.
It shows the world how beautiful you
And that's her parents watching it. So did she take the offer and this is after that, or is this a previous one? I don't know. Alright, let's talk about this movie called The Yum Yum Girls. Ever heard of this thing? I have. This is a movie that I originally rented probably around 1989 or so. I rented it from a video store in Mishicot, Wisconsin called The Pictorium. I'm pretty sure it's no longer there. It's about a mile from where Stephen Avery did his business. So there you go. No relation, no connection. But anyway, The Yum Yum Girls. I watched it at the time, and I think I saw it once or twice, maybe in the 90s or 2000s or so. It's an okay film. It's about a small-town girl from Ohio, Duncan Falls, Ohio, named Melody, and she wants to go to New York to become a fashion model. She's 18 years old, and she's ready to make it big. So she hops on a bus and goes to New York with whatever little money she has, and she tries to go to this modeling agency. They say, we're not going to talk to you unless you have a portfolio. Go get some pictures taken. So she ends up hooking up with this photographer, and I mean hooking up in every way possible. It was a mutual beneficial relationship, though, because he didn't charge her, and she did some stuff for him, and they slept together, too. But anyway, she got a portfolio, and pretty much the rest of the movie, there's not a ton of plot here. It's just basically her, and sometimes this other girl named April, played by Tanya Robertson. They just kind of get shuffled around from job to job, and basically they've got to sleep their way to the top, and that's what happens here. They end up going with different producers and whatever. whatever else. One guy says, I can get you, you can do this print ad, and if it goes good, you can get in the movie business. Ultimately, though, push comes to shove near the end there. She's actually going down on this guy, and the guy's girlfriend comes in and bursts in and says, hey, look, honey, stop it. Give her some money because there's no job. You're not going to get a job. So she walks out. This time she's feeling pretty low. And nonetheless, she gets another call, and she goes in, and basically the guy says, well, she's had enough at this point. She's supposed to be with this really sleazy guy, and she refuses and walks out. And then she goes home. Eventually, she hooks up with this other guy she meets in a bar. I shouldn't say hook up. She just basically walked home with him, and the guy ended up raping her. And then the last scene in the movie is she's getting another offer on the phone from, I think it's from the same agent she has, offering this gigantic deal. You're going to make $10 million a year, and you're going to be a big star, the biggest paid in New York. And she says, I don't think so. And she looks down at her hand, and it's full of pills. I think we're supposed to believe that she either took some pills to overdose, kill herself, or she's about to. We don't really see what happens. The last scene in the movie is an ad on television showing, I believe, her and her parents watching the ad and being kind of excited to see their daughter on TV. But we don't really see what happened to Melody. So that's how the movie ends. So anyway, with a movie title like the Yum Yum Girls, you're thinking it's some sort of tawdry sex comedy, and it's not that at all. I mean, I guess maybe there's a little comedic bits, but it's mostly just a drama. There is plenty of boobs in this movie, and there's some butts too. I don't think there's any full frontal nudity, but there's a lot of scenes where they just put the camera in the dressing room while various women are changing clothes. So we see lots of boobs in scenes like that. I don't know the reason why that camera was in there other than to show some nudity. But there was plenty of scenes like that. But again, it's just basically kind of overall a sad story, I guess. It's just not a fun comedy. I mean, it's not a bad film by any means. It's just and the girls, even though Melody at the end had enough and she wasn't going to do it anymore, throughout the first part of the film, she had no problem going down on these people and having sex and doing whatever just to work her way to the top. It was just, that's just the way it was, and she didn't have an issue with it. So anyway, that's the movie. It's the Yum Yum Girls. It is available on DVD. This is put out by something called Obsession. I don't know how legit this company is, or if it's just some fly-by-night place or just ripping VHSs, but whatever. It is out there, and it's not overly expensive. I think you get this for $15 to $20. So I'll leave a link at Amazon down below. I actually had this movie on a pre-recorded VHS tape too. But anyway, that's it. The Yum Yum Girls. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. Watch it. Bye.